about school, you know, he battled someone in the school or two people, I don't even know. But
so Tessa already came in rapping.
Already came in rapping. This nigga is from Boys High, he's coming to my D. You know?
So, fuck you mean? Was it part of those beats?
It was part of those beats. Yeah. I was like, what would happen if I took R&B for the melodies, took hip hop for some of the drums, and took amapiano for some of the drums, and certain sounds, you know, just like the log drums, your echo drums, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And fuse that all together. And I was like, yo, this is Afrodisiac.
Was it back with improvement. This is yet another episode of 808 Lifestyle, and today we're chilling with one of the greatest producers to ever come out of the city. You know, I personally think that if this man had the acknowledgement that he deserves, he'd probably have like 3 or 4 Grammys by now.
Hey.
Like, I'm dead stuff. He'd probably have as many Grammys as possible, man. Man is very talented. The person is behind a lot of music that comes from the ITBE camp, and then he goes by the name of Kilo. Kilo, my dog.
Thank you, my bro.
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. You good?
Yeah, I'm nice, man. Yeah, I'm nice. I hear you saying you're doing good, but like in actual fact, like really, how are you doing?
Nah, I'm doing great actually. So I'm cool. I'm nice.
You nice?
I'm nice. In every aspect, I'm nice.
Even mentally?
Yes.
Cause you know, there's always this thing of like, a lot of people ask how you doing, and then you be like, I'm good, but then you know,
they not good.
Undercover, shit is fucking
yeah.
up, man. And then it's not cool for you. Yeah. And then it's also like musically. It also happens like musically where a lot of people are like, this person is busy. Like I hear it a lot. A lot of people say, Kilo is always in the studio, Kilo is always working, Kilo is the busiest man I know. But is Kilo okay? As much as he is the busiest man you know, is he the most okayest man that you know?
Yeah, nah, Kilo is okay.
Kilo
is okay. Kilo knows how to work on his mental, like everything, emotionally, mentally. I used to be not okay, you get what I'm saying? But now I'm cool, because I've learned how to deal with like a lot of stuff. You get what I'm saying?
You managed to find a way around it.
Yeah, because I used to be deep in like, yo, I'm not good, but I look like I'm good.
I think we all do. I think we all do. So I just want to ask, man, how did your journey as Kilo start, and how is it still going?
Shit, do you want it from the beginning?
I want you to talk me through it. Like, I want you to come with it.
I started like way back. My journey started way back, like in grade 5.
Grade 5?
Yeah, that's...
As Kilo the producer, like...
Nah,
Kilo.
It's just Kilo the dancer. I started dancing.
Oh, shit.
I know it's crazy.
I don't see it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you would never believe that I used to dance.
Yeah.
But I started dancing, and I did that for like probably a few months. And then I think they did... They used to be these sessions called Devil's Corner.
Devil's Corner?
Yeah. Okay, they used to have like, probably on Fridays and whatnot, Devil's Corner Netla, like, used to be packed with like rappers, dancers and whatnot. And while I was still dancing, this one time I just ended up being the only kid amongst grown-ups on one side of the corner. And these guys were rapping, and I was so intrigued.
Yeah.
I was so intrigued. I was like, yo, this shit is nice.
Okay.
I like this. You get what I'm saying? So I was just there chilling, you know, short nigga, just looking at these niggas, this other guy's beatboxing, this other guy's rapping.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I want to try this. So the next Monday, when I went back to school, I started writing some lyrics. funny enough, one of my friends, Romeo, found someone who has a studio.
Romeo.
Yeah, Romeo.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So it's like God had these plans aligned already.
Yes,
because
definitely.
when I started writing, this guy thought of rapping too. So he got a studio for us. There was like 5 of us or 4. Was it 4? Yeah, 4 of us. Were like Lebohang and Kamogelo, Romeo and me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to be the GKs.
The
GKs, gun crumpers. You know, because we were
What's the
still
name?
crumping, you know, just there in between.
Yeah.
So,
Rapping crumpers.
Rapping crumpers.
Why didn't you say that? But anyway,
Yeah, so when I started writing, I didn't have any direction. So I approached this one guy called Weddy. He was like my senior in school.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, yo, you rap? I don't know how to rap. I want to learn how to rap. And he told me, he's like, no, you can never know how to rap just in one day. You're gonna need lessons. I was like, alright, cool. And then we went to studio. We did a what do you call this? A remix of Pop Bottles. You know, Birdman and Lil Wayne Pop Bottles. Yeah, that was our first ever track, and we did a remix of that. And you put it out, and the school started noticing us. You know, it starts at school most of the time. Like the kids at school are like, yo, hey, these guys. So we there, we can still dance, but we're rapping now. We're rapping. So as time went by, we just focused on rapping, and we became New Breed. It
I
changed.
think I've heard of it before. I'm not sure, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah, if you grew up in Port, you must have heard of New Breed, Raindrop Swag, Retro Gang. You know the vibes.
Yeah, I know Retro Gang. I know
You
the
get
Retro
so
Gang.
now. Funny enough, we were rivals.
With the Retro Gang.
But now we're friends now. We're friends now. We've grown up and we're friends now.
Hashed it out.
Yeah, we hashed it out.
Yeah,
We saw there was no point in it. But like, so as New Breed, we kept pushing. We made music. We got our own studio set up and everything. So I think by the time I got to grade 10, I met SK. So I think that's the time I met Tesso also.
Grade 10.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Tesso came to our school, you know, he battled someone in the school, or 2 people, I don't even know. But
So Tessa already came in rapping.
already came in rapping. Like, this nigga is from Boys High, he's coming to Muadi, he's coming to secondary, you know. You know, he's battling these niggas, you know, he came, you know, entourage, everything.
Yeah.
He's there, he's rapping. So that's when I met him, and then at that time we were not friends yet, but I was friends with SK. SK is the one you get, because you know they been friends. And then SK was like, you know what? I don't know how the conversation went, but he probably talked to Tesso. Tesso seen me, heard me, and whatnot, and they were like, you know what? This guy needs to be in the building Empire. So you get.
So when did that start actually?
That started probably mid-high school.
Before you or after?
Like, I think probably around 2014, my matric year, that's when it became a thing. Yeah, that's when it became a thing. I think 2014, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Because it's a long time ago.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so I was rapping, I was coming to the studio, you know, and Tessa was recording me, you know, beats and whatnot. I didn't know how to make beats by that time. But then 2015, I had to move and go to Pretoria because of studies. I was studying at Boston IT. And then at that point in time, I was like, you know what? I don't have money.
Did you graduate though?
No, I didn't graduate yet. No, not yet. Because I like music too much. I ended up
this demands your attention, and then you're like, I'ma come back.
I'ma come back to that.
Yeah,
Let me do this. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of asking producers for beats. I want to make my own beats. Not knowing that me trying to learn how to make beats is gonna put me in this position where I am right now as a producer. You get so. I didn't have a laptop because my parents couldn't afford that. They paying for school, so now a laptop on top of that. You get what I'm saying? Laptop. For production, if you're gonna do production, you can't be getting a laptop that's for offices or home use. You need
You know, stable thing.
Exactly. So now for me to get that, my parents are like, nah, bro, you cannot do that.
Money.
So 2016, I got a job while I was studying. Started saving money, but then you know me being irresponsible at that age, I chopped the mind.
Beers and honeys. Beers and honeys.
Not even beers and honeys. Beers mostly. I'm a groove nigga. So I would be going out. I buy drip and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I ended up finishing the money, but
at that point you forgot what you were saving for.
Exactly. So because my mom, being a mom, was like, yo, you've been crying about this laptop thingy. Let me buy you a laptop, right? But I'm not gonna buy it now. I'm gonna buy it in 2017 when everything is good. I'm saving up for you. I was like, alright, cool.
Because you couldn't do it yourself.
Exactly. I didn't tell her I was saving. I also didn't tell my parents that I was working at that time. Again. So 2017 comes through and I decided to focus on music. It's my second year.
Yeah.
Well, actually third, not second, third year. Yeah. So I decided to focus on music and put
Isn't that the last year though?
It is the last year.
Damn.
Yeah. So now I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me just do this thing. Let me put the education on hold and try to do this music thing.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends came through to Pretoria and he had to live with me, same flat. So we do our thing. He starts getting into art. He likes to draw and he does tattoos also.
Okay, yeah.
So he gets into art, but now I'm like, yo, YouTube is cool. I can see that you like to draw, but you're not that good at it yet. So let's go to the union buildings and chow the Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi, and download videos from YouTube and learn some things. I'm gonna use your laptop. You're just gonna be there while I make beats.
Oh, so I see what you did. I see what you did. I see what you did there.
So while he makes the drawings, I'm practicing how to make beats. So it went on for like the whole year, the whole of 2017. 2018 I became good at it, but it started first before I even got to knowing how to use FL Studio. I went to Tasso first. I was like, yo, you need to teach me how to do this, because he was already making beats by that time. So I was like, teach me. He showed me like fundamentals, you know, the basics, and I had to learn the rest by myself. So I learned. So I was learning through YouTube videos, learning. But like my inspiration was Kanye, so I didn't learn music theory first. I learned how to sample.
I was actually about to ask you. To ask you that.
So I learned how to sample first. So I'm good at that because of, you know, I started with that first before even learning how to actually like count beats, how to check whether your melody's in key or whatnot, everything. I didn't learn that. I started with sampling. So 2017 I was learning. 2018 that's when I started giving out beats. I wasn't selling it yet.
What do you feel?
Yeah, I had my beats on the side and then I was sending, you know, Canon, Tasso and whatnot. I was
so fuck you mean? Was it part of those beats?
It was part of those beats.
Because that, you know, if I'm just being honest, the first time I heard your production, it was like fucking me. And then I was like, okay, now I need to know what the fuck is going on. Because I heard Easy Cannon and Fuck Boys Don't Die. Right? But I wasn't following him that much. You know, I just knew he was from my hood, and then he made music, you know, and he knew people. So I was like, alright, cool, let me check this. There was a day where I was like, you know what, let me check this dude out. And I was checking out his drops on YouTube. And I see Fucking Me. And I was like, let me play Fucking Me. And that beat made my... I don't know what... Something was smelling or something. Like I had a front, I had like a huge front. That stank face. I was like, oh no. Oh no. So like, how do you get to a point where you were like, okay fine, this is me Kilo. And I'm dishing out like new beats, and how do you differentiate between like those beats you were saving up and like the other beats that you were sending out for free?
Okay, well, there were beats that I had on the side for myself.
Oh, they were for you.
On.
Okay, alright.
To rap on, cause I'm still a rapper at the end of the day. So I was like, you know what? These are my beats because I knew my type of beats.
Because it also started with you making beats for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now I'm making beats for everybody else. You know, the team needs to get beats. So I'm starting like to send out beats. I know how Tassel raps or sings or whatever. I know how Easy Cannon does these things. You know, everybody. I've studied every single person in my circle.
So when you get into a studio, like and start opening up your DAW to make a beat, do you have that already in mind? Like, okay, now today I'm gonna make a Tassel beat, or tomorrow I'm gonna make an Easy Cannon beat or a Ronnie beat.
You know, when I get into studio, right, it depends on who am I having a session with.
Okay, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Just like today, I'm gonna have a session with Boominati. I know his vibes. You get what I'm saying? So I know what I can create, what he can ride on. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's where I'm like, okay, I channel that energy, and then we go in.
Make something
just like that. If I'm with Easy Cannon, I know it's the trap vibes.
Yeah.
So now I know we trapping, we're raging. You get what I'm saying? Or probably some ATL type of vibes, Atlanta, you know, your Lil Baby or your Gunna type of vibes, your Young Thug. You get with Tassel is like too versatile. So I can do anything and he can jump on. Yeah, I could be chilling with Tassel, just the two of us, and then I'll be like, you know what, let me make a beat. When he likes it, he's gonna be like, yo, keep that for me. Or let's record on that right away. Yeah, it's mostly that vibes.
So I actually want to like I want to touch on Afrodisiac.
Hey,
you know?
Yeah.
I want to touch on Afrodisiac. Shout out Diana Fuma, by the way.
Hey.
My days in Eden might have saved the situationship, you know, I don't know. Because I was at the brink of like, oh no, this shit is ending.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, let me create a playlist. You know, I was like, fight for your love. And I was like, my days in Eden.
What?
And I'm like, let me toss it out.
Yo, you cannot be serious. Yo.
And dude, like it was in the brink of an ending. You know, and all of those songs, they were like, oh no.
Yeah.
I see how you feel about me.
Yeah.
You know, you think I'm your day one, you're gonna fight for us.
Yeah.
You know, mind you, it's just the situation. But still though, you know, I was trying to save it. I was trying to save it. You know? So like how do you get to a point where you're like, okay, these are the sounds, you know, the merging of these different sounds, they came in this body of work. Like how do you get to that point where you're like, nah, I'm gonna mix this and this and that so I can have Afrodisiac?
Yeah. Okay, Afrodisiac came about where I heard this song, what's it called? What It Is. What's up? You remember that song with Luke's Rap and Ricky Rick and Dr. Pepper?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, but do you know the song by Ricky and Focalistics?
Yeah.
You know, it's like piano, but it's Afro. You get what I'm saying? It's like a slow down type of vibe of like I'm a piano fused with Afro vibes, but they tapped in more to the I'm a piano vibes, right? And then I was like, what would happen if I took R&B for the melodies, took hip hop for some of the drums, and took Amapiano for some of the drums and certain sounds, you know, just like the log drum, your echo drops or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And fuse that all together. And I was like, yo, this is Afrodisiac. You get it? So now, when I first started with this, I was trying to make that Ricky Rick and Foka Ungas type beat.
Yeah.
But then it came out differently.
And you liked it.
And I liked it. That's where the magic hit me. You see, it was like kind of a mistake. So the first track that we made is the first track on the EP, which is called The Way by K Tassel and Echo T. Yeah. So I was with Tassel that day. I remember we were just it was just the two of us in the studio. So I was trying to create that vibe. I made it, and then Echo T came through. Because Echo T hasn't been singing for a while and doesn't want to sing, I'll put it out there, this nigga doesn't want to sing. But yeah. So I forced him to get on the track. I forced him, I was like, yo, you need to get on this. Let's try something new. Let's see what happens if we fuse a bunch of genres and put it in this spectrum, and you know, let's see how people receive it. Because if I'm covering different genres, couple of people need to relate to that. It needs to hit them because music is emotion.
Yes.
First of all, music is emotion.
Yes.
So I needed to put a bunch of emotions into this whole thing.
Into one body.
You get what I'm saying? I needed a mind fuck, if I may say. That's why I called it Afrodisiac, because it has that thing that, you know, brings out those type of hormones and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that's the first track that we made. And I was like, you know,
The Way is the first track.
The Way.
Yeah.
It's the first track on the EP, and it's also the first track that we ever recorded for Afrodisiac. Yeah.
So like,
that's the idea.
On like, I hear that you work like every day, right? Like every day.
Yeah.
Like if you were to have a Lost Files project of Afrodisiac, how many songs would there be in that project?
Lost Files would probably have not a lot.
Oh, really?
Not a lot, yeah.
Well, that's surprising.
Yeah, it is surprising. You see, thing is, you forget that I'm a producer, so me working every day doesn't mean that I'm working on my things. Yeah, I have a couple of people that are working on their projects, and I'm helping them with that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know how a mother is when, you know, in a household, the mother would rather feed everybody else and then come last.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's me. So I would rather produce for everyone, let them have their EPs, mixtapes and whatnot, and then after that it comes
back to me.
You get what I'm saying? So it's that vibe. So I have less songs in the vault than people think.
Right. So like, are you happy with the reception of Afrodisiac right now?
At this point, yes, definitely.
You're satisfied?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm satisfied. I need more to happen because I feel like people are still trying to, you know, grasp onto the sound.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with the amount of reception that I received and the appreciation around it, everything. I like what people are like listening. When they listen, they gave me feedback like, yo, I didn't get it the first time. But now, like, yo,
it grew on me.
It
grew on me.
It's like, you know, that slice out was divine.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, people didn't like
and
it,
then it
and
goes
the next
on.
thing is like, yeah.
So you also worked on Ginger Trills from Portrait Love, right?
Yes, from Portrait Love and the Bar album.
Which songs in particular?
From Portrait Love, it's Cool Off Freestyle, House of Bonang, and what's the other one? Shit, I forgot. I forgot the third one on that.
So it's 3 songs.
Oh, and from Portrait Love, the intro.
It's
Yes,
songs.
3 songs on from Portrait Love. The intro, Cool Off Freestyle, and BNG. And then on the Bar album, I worked on BNG 2, which features K Tasso, and BNG 1 features K Tasso too, of course. Crazy thing is that the beat that I made for BNG, the first one, was supposed to be for K Tasso, and then Ginger Trill was in studio and he liked it. And we worked on that, we were like, nah, let's do this. Tasso had a hook for it, and then we worked on it that time. And then the second one, BNG 2, on the Bar album, I actually made that beat for Rose Gold.
Nah.
Because she wanted to rap, oh God.
My God.
Rose Gold wanted to rap, so I was like, yo, let me make a beat for Rosie and then see what happens.
I actually did hear Rose. It was a video on Instagram.
Yeah.
She was in a car, I think. I don't know. She was rapping a cappella. She's actually good. You know, I'm not gonna lie. She's very, very good, man. That's crazy.
Rose. Yeah.
You made that beat for her. I still find
I
it
made
hard to
it.
believe that
Yeah,
you made that beat for
you
her.
cannot even imagine her on that beat because now you have this whole, you know, picture of K Tasso and Ginger Trill on it.
Exactly.
You get it?
Exactly.
Even, trust me, we have 3 versions of that beat. Because the first one had more drums and then we had to strip it down a bit. The second one, we added a few things, and then the last one, that's where I added like, you know, the outro and everything. It was way different than it was when it started.
Cannot rush perfection.
You get
That was beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
So since you worked with Ginger, do you feel like your range as a producer has grown, or do you still feel like you are where you were before you worked with him?
I think it has grown because now this is, before that vibe, I had less people hitting me up for beats and whatnot. Now I have gang people wanting to record, wanting to get beats and whatnot. You get what I'm saying? So it has actually given me some, you know,
Yeah, I get that.
yeah, some more business to be exact. Some more business.
So since like you've been working with the camp with ITBE,
Yeah.
like how was the whole experience for you?
Well, I can't. Let me say from the beginning, it was kinda still. I was still shaky. Cause I was still scared.
You were not comfortable.
I was not comfortable. I was like, yo, I need to prove myself. I need to let these niggas know that I can rap and all that. You get what I'm saying? Also, coming from a background where we looked up to people like K-Tasso, VX, Ginger Trill, you know, the works. So now I'm friends with K-Tasso and it's one person that I used to look up to. So it's like, yo.
Even I cannot believe I'm in the same room with this guy.
You,
I definitely cannot believe it. Like I'm trying to be as chill as I possibly can.
You get it? So I used to be like, yo, I want to meet K-Tasso one day.
Yeah.
And then now I'm here working with him.
Making him beats.
I'm making him beats.
Damn, that's
You
crazy.
get it?
That's
crazy.
No.
So as time went by, I got used to it. They became family. You know, this is practically my crib. This is home now.
This is home for you, man.
This is home now. They've welcomed me. They've made me part of the family, and it's been so amazing. You know, it's been so amazing working with everybody. So even the people that I added on, it's practically people that I got from outside.
Yeah.
You get. I ended up being that one person that gets different types of artists to come in and just work with us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Just be within the vibes, because I saw potential. When you look at people in Porch, they like this whole vibe of competing.
Yeah.
I'm not about that.
Yeah,
I'm not about that. I like collaborating.
Cause
that's my whole
I
vibe.
also know a producer, you know, like Maui.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know him. But like, you know, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah. So this producer, he's mad talented. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, he's insanely talented. Beat wise, mastering wise, you know, he's very good. But there's a but, and this is a huge but. Okay, not like, but anyway, yeah. So like, this dude, he's only working like, he's also like a singer, right?
Yeah.
He also sings. So it's like whenever he's on the song,
yeah.
he makes sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely gonna make sure that I'm gonna clean it and make it as sharp as I possibly can.
Yeah.
But when he's not on the song,
yeah.
that's the problem. When he's not on the song, it's like you can hear everything. Background noises, you know, all that unbalanced frequencies.
It's one of those sabotage people. Like,
Exactly.
for his things, everything is good, but for everybody else, it's like.
So in order to get like proper music,
yeah.
you have to feature him. Because if you don't, he's not gonna clean it up.
Damn.
You know. And I always feel like this is what is delaying the growth of hip hop in Botch, because like I know a few people that got it.
Yeah.
Like really got it,
yeah.
But then now they cannot actually like show it because of such producers.
Yeah.
You know, niggas who are like, if you don't feature me, then I'm not gonna clean it up.
Hey.
So you just have to throw me in a song so then I can be able to clean it up.
That's bad for your name. That's bad for business, bro. That's fucking
That dude is crazy.
You cannot be doing that.
Bro, bro, I'm telling you, I cannot even like begin to start and mention how many people have complained about this nigga.
Yeah.
They were like, you know, dude, I've heard about him. I went there myself, and then I came back with this. I'm not gonna drop this. Where am I gonna drop this?
Yeah.
Because now look, like you can listen to the way it sounds. It's like I made a voice note instead of going to a proper studio and making a song. You know? And that's also his name, which is weird to me because it's also his name.
Exactly.
It's like he's taking his own
people are
name.
gonna talk about you.
People are gonna talk about
when
you.
they leave, it's talks already out the door.
But then he's flopping though.
Yeah.
So now I want to ask you, like, what do you think actually, like personally as a producer, what do you think about producers who make beats using loops?
Okay, it depends on the type of loops and how you use it, right? Because there's loops that are just loops, right? And then you just use it like that, and there's like samples, actual samples, like you take a song, cut off a piece, and then patch it together to make a melody. You're taking the old, putting it into the new. There's a difference. So I don't mind anybody doing their style with loops, samples, or starting from scratch. Anything is anything. Music has always been about taking inspiration from somebody else or whatever.
You know,
because even
you may have heard it somewhere.
Yeah,
and it's like inspire you to do this.
When you think about it, hip hop started with that. They started with samples first. They took drums from a certain song and melodies from a certain songs and put it together, and it's like a beat. You get what I'm saying? Hip hop didn't start with like all that stuff. So my background is hip hop, straight up. I do a lot of genres, but hip hop is the foundation. So if you're doing music with loops, making beats with loops, cool. As long as you know how to make it original. You get what I'm saying? Know how to articulate the whole thing, you know, move it around and whatnot. So I don't have a problem with that. I think that's okay. Not all of us can afford to go for piano lessons or guitar lessons or whatnot. That's why there's things like loops and samples and whatever. So I think it's okay. I don't mind that.
So like with the pressure to achieve your dreams, right? The whole pressure to achieve your dreams. Have you ever gotten yourself in a point where you felt like, shit, maybe I'm not good enough, because if I was, then I wouldn't be where I am right now. Like I would be further, like I would be a lot further than that. And how did you manage to deal with that?
I've had those times, but I realized throughout the years, right? One thing that I learned is that everybody has their own timeline. You get what I'm saying? So at some point I felt like I was good, and then going back to that I felt like, oh, you were not that good.
You were not that good.
You needed time. So you being sad at that time because people are not recognizing you, it's probably because you're not that good yet.
That is because you think you
are.
Baby.
You think you are, because what you're hearing is what you think is the best, but really it's not until you learn some more. That's why they say that as a human being you can never learn enough. You get what I'm saying? There's too much info in this world. You can never learn enough. So till today I'm still learning. So I found myself at some point, many a times even, where I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm not good enough. You know? So when that thought came, I became sad, but I was like, you know what? Niggas gotta know. So I went to learn. That's how I got to this point. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep learning until I get this shit right. And then when I know everything, yo, nobody gonna stop me.
Grammys,
bro. Grammys.
Okay, I don't want to make it like, I don't want to make it sound like Grammys are like super important. You know, I don't want to make it sound like that. But I still think that if you actually had that, if all the cameras were pointing towards you, you'd have a lot of those things. You'd have them. I don't want to lie. So like, also, do you think that music theory is actually important in terms of composing, you know, and production and all that?
I'm gonna tell you something that I went through. Okay, so when I started, I didn't know music theory, so I was using my ear, so I could hear, because I like music. I love music, so I could hear when I was making beats that, oh no, this sound doesn't go with this sound. Oh, this is off key, but I didn't even know music theory by that time, right? And then when I learned music theory, I kinda boxed myself in because of music theory. Now I was at a point where I'm like, I'm following the rules. When I go back to the stuff where I was just freestyling, it's like, yo, this is fire.
Because you also can't like discredit the ear.
Exactly.
The ear is the ear.
Because I was using the ear, I was using my natural, you know, vibe to actually catch what I'm trying to do. So music theory is important, but also not that important in a way. If you're talented, you're talented. Because I think there's two types of people in the creative world, and it's the skilled and the talented. The skilled work hard to get what they want, and the talented already have it. You get what I'm saying? But if you're talented and not putting enough work, skilled people can beat you.
They can beat you actually. You know, it actually does make sense.
So,
makes a lot of sense.
I've encountered people that know music theory, but they were not as good as I am at making beats. Like, yo, you went to school for this, but you're not that good at making beats and whatnot. You get what I'm saying?
So what beat did you make? You know, what beat? Which beat is it that you can look at and be like, you know what? I'm actually very good at this shit. The beat that made you feel like, you know what? I can fuck shit up, man.
Shit. Yo, there's a lot of beats, but ooh.
Man, it starts. There's always that one beat. You know,
there's
first time.
There's this one beat, right? Yeah. There's this one beat that I love. It's recent. It's called the song is called Coconut Beer.
So it's not out.
It's not out yet.
Ah, come on. Come on.
Coming soon. Yo, coming soon. But if it's something that's out, I would say definitely House of Banang 2 on Ginger Trill's The Bar album.
House of Banang 2, yeah.
Definitely. Cause that beat has different layers to it. I think I sampled 5 or 6 different things and put it all together to just make one thing. It was not supposed to be together, but I made it work. You get what I'm saying? So it has like 5 different samples. Usually on a normal basis, I would have like 2-3 samples working together, but on that one I had like 5-6.
You were making sure.
Yeah.
Plus we had time.
I had time because I was just chopping up. I took this one sample, chop it up, put it together, and then next thing I'm like, oh, this would sound nice with this and this and this and this. Next thing I had like this full body work.
You know, I actually thought you would say holy shit.
You know what? Holy shit, me and DJ President, when we made it, we were busy with like a beat tape. Not really a beat tape, we're just making beats just to give out to the whole ITBE, right? But during this session, it became a thing of, let's take this much, put it in Tasso's folder. Oh, Ginger Trill wants a beat. Just like that. You get what I'm saying? Just dishing out just a little bit. It didn't go too far. It went just, you know, probably 2-3 people getting the beats.
You should see my face, bruh. You should see me when that song plays. Quit playing. Every day. Every single day.
Stank for shit.
Every single day. It does not disappoint. There's never been a day I would sit down and listen to all this shit and just sit like this.
Yeah.
You lie. That never happened. That would never ever happen. I love it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's my favorite song.
Yeah, that's a fire song. Honestly, that's like a really fire song because when we started making beats, me and DJ President collaborating on beats, it was during the time when Ginger Trill was actually working on From Butchered Love. Yeah.
Oh, so, is that old?
Yeah, it's that old. Holy shit, is that old actually. Holy shit, is that old.
Fuck. Yeah.
So, Prezi is not one person who likes sampling a lot, and I'm the sample guy.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? When we get together,
put your ass together.
You know what? You come with this vibe, I come with this vibe. So I came with like gang samples. I had gang samples, gigs worth of samples. And then we started sampling. We bumped into this one. I chopped it up, and then Prezi was like, yo, put on the drums a little bit, start with the kicks and whatnot, and he had the 808s and the hi-hats going crazy for that thing.
Prezi is good.
Prezi is fire. Not just good. That's an understatement.
Prezi is crazy.
Prezi is crazy.
You know, like if you actually like check the history of everything I post.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it, music-wise, a lot of it is Tasso.
Yeah.
And then you have like you.
Yeah.
You know, beat-wise.
Yeah.
And then it's Ginger. And then Prezi. Bro.
Prezi's fire.
And it's always like, where he's at.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, musically, I'm doing what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I can do, and I'm doing what I should do.
Exactly.
That's crazy talent, man.
Yeah.
And I love
Prezi's hella talented. He has a good ear. He has a great ass ear. So he knows how to navigate through all these beats and whatnot. And you know, one thing I noticed with the producers that are in the building empire, everybody has their own style. Trust me, if you've been around us enough, you would know when it's a Kilo beat, when it's a Prezi beat, a Lankin beat, a Tassel beat. You get what I'm saying? You know, everybody has their own texture and their own vibe. So, you know what? Shout out to all the guys.
Shout out to the whole team, man.
The whole team.
Honestly,
man.
man. Y'all I don't want to say my life, but my music life. Musically.
Yeah.
Shout out to the team.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like a great producer skill?
A great producer skill.
Yeah.
I think it will be your versatility. I think that should come in handy. Because if you're stuck on one genre, you just on that.
I feel like if you're stuck on one genre, you're not feeling the music enough.
Exactly.
You know, you don't hear it proper. You're not.
You know, people. I think I saw one post at one point where they say that the music that producers listen to is not the music that producers create.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and I also saw a lot of songs that you be posting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy, he doesn't make these records, but he listens to these records.
Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah.
I've been listening to a whole lot of like alternative music and whatnot, but when I create, it's trap, R&B, neo soul, all the vibes. So I think the one skill that you need to have is being versatile.
Versatility might help.
Yeah.
It's gonna help actually.
It's gonna help in the long run. That's the thing, in the long run. Because now, let's say you have made it, and people notice you and everything. Now you're probably making trap and alternative. But now Shekinah is in the studio.
Right.
She wants some R&B vibes, and you don't know
Right.
R&B.
And you cannot even help her.
You get what I'm saying?
Now you're gonna miss out on that.
Now you're losing the bag, and you're losing a proper studio.
You're gonna miss out on that.
You're gonna miss out on that.
Damn.
Because you're focused on one thing.
Focused on one thing.
Yeah.
It
So
makes sense.
that's my whole vibe. I feel like producers need to be versatile and listen to music that even the things that don't even make sense actually work. You know what I'm saying? Even the things that don't even make sense, they work. Because I actually listen to some records from like your 1970s, 80s and whatnot. Things that are old.
They do touch you.
Yeah. Because now that's where you realize like, yo, music was crazy back then.
Plus, you like chopping.
Yeah.
So
it
kind of makes sense. Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
I'm trapping on Stevie Wonder. Hey, yo, I'm trapping on Stevie, bro. What you talking
Who would have
about?
thought? Nah, man, that's awesome, man. So, which artist, like outside of your team, which artist would you like to work with, like locally?
Outside of my team?
Outside of your team.
Locally as in like Porch, or just locally as in like South Africa?
Locally as in South Africa.
South Africa.
Keeping it home.
Oh, we're keeping it home? Aye. Pretty ugly.
For some reason I knew you'd say that. I don't know why, but I knew it.
Definitely Pretty Ugly. Secondly would be Tejo.
Garden Tejo.
Yeah, Garden Tejo. Yeah. I would like to work with that nigga. And also, if I don't know if he's still doing what he was doing before, but Young Swiss was doing the things for me at some point. He has a different texture to it. You know, that trap vibe that he does with the singing and whatnot. I love that shit. Also, big one has to be Shekinah. I would like to work with Shekinah.
Wait, Rovero.
Yo.
Rovero magazine interview.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to ask real quick. Tasso, did you mention that you also wanted to work with Shekinah on the interview with the magazine?
Yeah.
I saw that. I knew you saw that somewhere.
Yeah, nah, she's
Shekinah is fire. Yo.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yo, Shekinah.
I
would definitely like to work with her.
and she paying.
Yo. And who else? Ooh. You know, if I could get like just a young studio session with AVs too. Yeah. That would be fine.
Oh, you would love that.
I would love
you
that.
Would definitely love
I would
that.
love that, cause He's a good ass rapper.
So now, I'm gonna name a few artists. You know,
Yeah.
you can only work with one and never with the other.
Okay.
If you choose one, you can never ever work with the other.
Okay. That's cool. I can do that.
Rose Gold Rani, Diana Fumba. If you choose one, you can never ever work with the other.
Okay. I've worked a lot with Rose Gold, so I would choose Diana. Because Rose Gold has a lot of my material. Her whole EP that she dropped was just me alone. So I would give Diana the chance.
Nice.
Definitely.
K Tazzle, Ginger Trill.
I was still. Yo, that's crazy.
Don't hold back because you're working with the nigga.
You know what? K Tazzle doesn't have a lot of producers, so definitely K Tazzle, and he's still on his way up. So I would definitely like to rise with him. K Tazzle.
Cannibal, J Fresh.
Fresh.
Definitely fresh. Doplegeza, The Cool.
Doplegeza. I haven't been in studio with The Cool like that. Only once. But he was recording something else, so I don't really know his vibe like that.
Yeah.
So definitely Doplegeza.
So if you work with Doplegeza, you can never
work with the cool.
ever work with The Cool.
I'm cool with that.
Alright, man.
I'm cool.
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, is there anything else that you want to say? I think we're about to wrap it up.
Just stream my EP, bro.
Just
stream my EP, Afrodisiac. We have, well, I don't want to say that I have a date, but we working on volume 2, and we're gonna drop some shit. We dropping merch also soon enough. We trying to work on music videos too, but yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, I wanted to know this. Last year you mentioned that you were I don't know if it's last year or the year before.
Probably the year before.
You mentioned that you were gonna drop a project.
Human Nature season 1.
It didn't drop.
It's
what
still in
happened
the
to that?
works. Human Nature was practically an EP based on my emotions, relationships and whatnot, but I got into this space where I don't even give a fuck about all that shit anymore.
Yeah.
So I can't even put down, what I'm feeling, because I don't have that feeling anymore.
He lost.
I lost it.
I
lost it. I started focusing more on myself, music, and my son more than anything. So I just was like, you know what? I'll do it when I get hurt again or some shit like that. You
won't even allow it to happen. How are you gonna get hurt again if you don't allow it to happen?
You know, sometimes as a human being, you like, okay, maybe this is the one. Maybe, and then again. Hey, bro.
It's messy out here, man.
You can never confirm anything.
Yeah.
So it might happen that I get into a relationship and the next thing, I'm hurt. And then I'm like, you know what?
Human Nature Part 2. Even though the Part 1 didn't drop, then you get the Part 2.
Without the Part 1.
Or maybe we drop it in deluxe.
As an album even, not even a deluxe. Whole album. But yeah, these recordings and whatnot of that, but I'm not sure. You know.